Hello, all, and welcome back to Go with the Flow with Anissa. Today, we're going to be doing kind of, I would say like a 5 minute energy booster type of routine, but it'll probably be a little bit longer than 5 minutes. But the moves are simple enough, but it gets the blood flowing and it gets a little spicy. So you can miss me, you can meet me on your mat. So, the props that I have here are 2 blocks. We use these just to bring the ground to us. We need a little lift, maybe we need a little help. We can't reach all the way down to the ground. This is good, these are good. You got one for each hand. And then this little mat that I have here, I just have this for my knees sometimes, just because you need a little bit of extra cushion when you're down on the floor, but I don't think that we're gonna need this for too many moves. All right, so starting in the middle of our mats today, long ways, we are going to begin this flow and mountain pose. Here you want to stand firmly in your feet, have a nice little space in them, unlock the knees, and just let your hands rest here at your sides. You can circle the shoulders back and down, tuck the tailbone in a little bit by doing this opposition move. Nice little bend of the knees. Breathing in your nose and out of your mouth. 2 more deep breaths like that. On our next exhale, we are going to circle sweep our hands above our head here into an upward salute as we're gazing up slightly with our eyes, not with our neck. From here, you can widen the stance just a little bit for some extra stability. Really digging into the 4 corners of the feet here, pressing into the toes a little bit. You want to bring your thumbs back and your pinkies forward. As you stretch your arms up to the sky. On our next exhale, we are going to bring our hands to meet and interlace the fingers above our head here. Widen our stance just a little bit more. And we are going to slowly bend to the left side for standing side bend. Careful not to lock in the arms here. Exhale, bringing it back up to center. And then to the right side. One more time, to the left, to the left, to the left. Exhaling, and to the right one more time. All right, slowly letting our hands rain down behind our neck here. We are going to let our hands rest on our hips as we widen our stance a lot more. You can heel toe there, you can hop there, or you can just honestly step your feet wide. So now, I want you to take your thumbs and really hinge back in your hips. Actually, let's create a little bit more space here. Stepping to the back of your mat. So taking your thumbs to your hip creases, you really want to hinge the hips back as we go into a wide-legged fold. And so here you can let your arms rest on the mat or on your hips if you like. So say if you don't make it all the way down to the ground, you can use your blocks like this. Engaging your core so that you don't dump all of your weight onto your wrist here, or you can do like this. Still hinging those hips back. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your thighs here. You can wag your bum a little bit just to loosen up. Maybe bend the knees just to get comfortable here. So now we are going to twist both of our feet out towards the left and right of the mat here. Widen our stance. As we roll up from our wide-legged fold, you want to roll all the way up into goddess pose with cactus arms. Sinking all the way down, still tucking that tailbone if you can. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You want to extend both of your arms to the left and the right into a 5-pointed star. And just take a second here to let everything relax down. Catch your breath if you need to. All right, so now we're gonna place our hands on our hips and jump back into mountain pose. And from here, we're gonna go into ragdoll pose. So again, you wanna take your thumbs to your hip creases just to help you hinge all the way back as if we were going into a forward fold. But instead, you're gonna grab each elbow here. Let the head be heavy. With a nice bend in the knees. Your belly should land on the top of your thighs a little bit. Now let's switch elbows. Might feel a little funky on that side. While we're here, let's just rotate ourselves so that we are switched around on our mat here. And we're going to slowly roll up into a high lift, a half lift. Letting the crown be long here with a straight back. Wiggle at the toes, looking down at the toes. We are going to fold again into a forward fold. Slowly rolling up, taking those thumbs to our hip creases and hinging them back and down, sweeping our arms to be parallel with our ears, meeting each other in chair pose. It's a nice little burn here. If you start to shake, that's okay. We're all there with you. You can widen your stance if you need to. Really hinge those hips back. Bring the arms up. We're here for 2 more deep breaths. And stand up tall as we circle sweep our arms and our hearts all the way down into a nice forward fold. Planting the hands. You want to bend your knees and hop back into plank pose. Once you get here, really claw into your fingertips for stability. Maybe rock back and forth a little bit. On our next exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down with control. Landing on the tops of our feet. Let Curling up into cobra. Letting the head kiss the mat. And one more time. Lifting up to tabletop. And tabletop, you want to bring your knees as wide as your mat here. Letting the big toes kiss. Sinking the hips back into child's pose. Looking forward just a little bit and bringing the forehead back down. So I'm going to remove my glasses for this next move that we're going to do. I like to keep my glasses closed. All right. So while we're in child's pose, you want to bring the right ear to kiss the mat. On an exhale, you want to bring the left ear to kiss the mat now. I'm just doing that a few times. And then letting your forehead just really rest gently on the mat here. Give your third eye a little massage. Just by rubbing your forehead up against the mat. You can do up, down. You can do yes. You can do no. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Or just being still, if that's what doesn't. So now walking our fingertips back up, putting back on our glasses if we have them. I want to bring the knees in. Swing them to one side and just fall through. Meeting yourself in an easy seat, letting the shoulders drop. Maybe shaking it out in the torso a little bit. Bringing the hands to prayer. We're going to bring our thumbs up to kiss our third eye. Placing our hands back on the mat, we're just going to gently find our way back up to our feet. So standing in mountain with your feet hip distance apart. You want to just start swinging your arms from one side to another, slapping your butt a little bit just to get some energy flowing. Might hear some crack popping in the bones and joints. That is okay. You can soften your gaze here, let the tongue be heavy. Just give in to this silly little variation. So now let's speed it up. Don't be scared to slap it. It's yours. go. Taking those loving deep breaths. Now slowing up, evening out each side. And in a mountain pose, just bumping your hips from left to right a little bit. Closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you. This is where we're going to end our flow today. You want to bring the heels to touch. Circle swing the arms up and over your head. Gazing up while we bring our hands down in prayer. Taking a nice bow. Giving yourself some thanks for showing up today. Then whisper namaste.